Hey, what is up, everybody? How are you all today? MysterySchooler here. Today, our mystery chat is, were giants real? I know on surface level it seems like a really silly question because, come on, what are you talking about, man? Giants? There's no giants around. Well, it's hard to find any branch of mythology that doesn't involve giants, so our ancestors seem to imply that they were here. So I thought I'd show you guys some interesting stuff. I never saw these before. I first saw these giant books above here on a channel called Autodidactic. Yeah, this is in Prague Castle. Yeah, what do you guys think? Check this out. This book on the left here, this image on the left is if she were to close it, it's closed. It's almost half as big as she is. Standing up, it's almost as tall as an adult grown person. Now, the official story is that these are they're gimmicks. Basically, they could do it, so they did it kind of thing, which is cool. I mean, I'm not gonna say that's impossible or anything, but gosh, there sure seems to be a lot of them, don't they? Like, if that's the case, they sure seem to make a lot of them, don't they? Yeah, what do you guys think? Look at this image in the middle here. That book's like almost as tall as that girl is. That book's taller than that girl is. My goodness. Who is reading these things, huh? Who did they build these things for? Make these books for? What do you guys think? A gimmick? Huh? Also, don't forget, legend says that giants were around, right? Also, this Prague castle is like many castles around the world where their architecture is just beyond extraordinary. Now, I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to tell you it's an alien or something. I'm not going to go into ancient alien stuff. I don't know. I don't think it was aliens. I think our ancestors were more advanced than they tell us, and possibly gigantic. But that's my take on it. But yeah, could very well also be gimmicks. Interesting. But the architecture of these places are also very huge, like built for a giant. So we got a giant place, right? Giant doorways. Right? We got giant books in these giant libraries, right? What's going on? Also, we're supposed to believe that these are not advanced ancestors. What's the term? Primitive ancestors, and these they don't seem very primitive to me. Shoot, they're making giant, exquisite books full of knowledge. By the way, oh, we can't look at it. By the way, just nothing to see here, folks. I guess whatever. I guess we'll take their word for it. It's kind of like dinosaur bones, huh? Yeah, wow. Thanks for being here, everybody. This image on the right, you can see, it's hard to make out, but there's a little imp or something, a little demon-looking thing or something on our left, on his right, on the image on the right here. All right, everybody, we got Stories Lost and Found in the house. Welcome. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you. AAP fam. Bam. Bam. I love that guy, man. I just discovered the AAP chat, but they're really cool over there. Yeah, sorry, check out these books, huh? You see these before? I was just saying that this book on the right here, there's a little imp or something. And on our next slide, I got it zoomed in color. I found an image, what that image is. I thought it was interesting because, you know, we don't get to just examine these books. They just tell us, right? Oh, all right, Stupid's in the house. What's up, Stu? Welcome, brother. Thanks for coming, man. Oh, yeah, trust the plan. There you go. Yeah, that's going to work out for everybody. Anywho, thanks for coming, man. Yeah, what do you guys think about these giant books? I'm tripping over here. There's lots all over the world, and we're going to get into this, guys. We're just getting warmed up here. So, more things we're going to cover in this presentation. We got giant weapons, giant swords shrouded in mystery. Of course, coincidentally. Yep, marker 113 could all be a ruse. Yep. I mean, the books for sure aren't a ruse. They're real. It's just that the mainstream narrative is that the books are they're like gimmicks, you know, like the library made them just because they could make them, kind of thing. How are you doing today, marker 113? Thanks for watching. Yeah, the books exist. The part that's debatable is whether there were giants, right? If giant people made the books, but I think it's interesting that a lot of biblical and mythological and folklore kind of stuff talks about giant humanoids, you know, occupying these very lands, where these giant castles are, and these giant books are, and these giant weapons are, and these giant everything are. I think it's interesting. Like I said, I'm not going to make any abject statements. Is that what you say? How it goes? Only a Sith deals in absolute, guys. Absolutes. I will do what I must. Yeah, this is Prague Castle. You guys want to check it out in your own time. Do some more research on it. And go to our next slide real quick. We got a Prague Castle on the left here. Yeah, I thought of all the images they chose to show us from this book. One of the glimpses of this book, it's a demon. They chose to show us a little demon, a little trickster demon, right? An imp. Maybe they're telling us something, huh? Yeah, and this is the same library those giant books are housed in. What do you guys think? Wow, I mean, these globes in the middle, just to give you an idea, the ones in the center and the back, those are like as tall as a person. So this one up close to us here is like taller than a person, this globe, right? So just to give you some scaling ideas, this place is huge. And, yeah, so we got huge plays, huge huge legends, and huge books. I don't know. What do you guys think? Interesting. And then the few images we do get to see from the big books, it shows us that they show us a trickster demon. I thought that was strange, huh? Yeah, check out the globe too. It's got I can see over here it's got zodiac symbols over the top of it. But it looks like the bottom half of it, it's not like interactable. It's the top half of it's just the interactable part. I wonder why they did that. I guess because the constellations are above, not below. So you're gonna try the constellations, you know. It's like it's half a sphere, maybe. What do you guys think? Check out those twisted pillars. Bitchin' architecture. This old world is so awesome. I love it. Everything old world is so exquisitely built, so sophisticated. All the literature, everything. It's just what a marvelous time. And meanwhile, they tell us it's the Dark Ages, right? All this stuff. Yeah, it's a weird looking imp thing they chose to show us right down on the left, huh? I almost want to say the artwork of it looks Asian, but it almost looks like Hindu or Indian or whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? It's like that kind of part of the world, art style. I don't know what you'd call it. Interesting, though. Like, what is that even doing in a Prague in a prog library, right? Let alone in a gigantic fucking book.
Mommy, ear chocolate. Just ear chocolate. Mommy, don't eat them.
Marker 113 says, howdy, just taking a midday break. Cool. Thanks for taking it here with us, man. I appreciate you. Truth is stranger than fiction. Yeah, I agree with that 100, man. Like, it's like the more you research, the more crazy you start sounding to people. But that's just because that's the nature of our reality. Is pretty cuckoo, isn't it? I mean, it's very fantastical, isn't it? But it is because fiction is obliged to stick to possibilities. Truth isn't. Mark Twain. Oh yeah, I've heard that one before. Yeah, that's true. You're trying to write a story in fiction, right? And you want to have structure, correct? A good story has structure, right? And it's you want to base it off something possible, right? But truth, it just is. It just is. It's not. There's nothing to argue about. If there's a giant standing, there's a giant there, for example. I don't know. All right, everybody, we got a number one special guest in the house, Truth Loops. Welcome, brother. Truth Loop says, the New York Giants are real, and so we're the actual Giants. Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting that they're the New York Giants. Meanwhile, Manhattan Island looks like this giant freaking circuit board. Incredible architecture place, right? Super high archways and stuff. That's another pretty interesting place. Big Chuck says, Nephilim, or however you spell it, angels that slept with human women who bore giants. Yeah, Big Chuck, I always get confused because I always want to call the fallen ones the Nephilim, but are the Nephilim are their kids, are the fallen ones kids, right? I always get confused on that part. But yeah, I got that quote coming up right now, coincidentally. Big Chuck is right on cue. Look at this. He's right on point. You guys are gonna believe. Look at my next slide, all right? Big Chuck just quoted that, right? Watch. Here's our next slide. What are the odds of that, huh? This was my next slide, folks. He just Big Chuck is right on point. Look at that. Good job, Big Chuck. 6-4, right? I'm going to do Leonard Nimoy as best I can. There were giants in the earth those days. The giants. And also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, so nasty, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old men of renown. That last part always gets me. Mighty men, which were of old men of renown. It's like, does that mean like Hercules and all those dudes? Like these old men of renown, right? Like these old dudes like from back in the day that were like kind of badass, right? Like semi-demigod people, right? Like I wonder if that's like what these Greek stories are a lot. Yeah, on the left here, it looks like some Egyptian, like Thoth or something, huh? Demon-looking thing, right? The kid's reaching up to him. Like, I don't know, kid. You want to watch out. I think it's going to bite you or something, right? Big Chuck says, I'm psycho. Wait, I mean psychic. Hey, same thing, man. Yeah. I'm only psychic when I'm on drugs, guys. Truth Loop says, thank you for the super warm welcome, my brother. Always glad to be here. Your awesome presence. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, you too, brother. Oh, yeah, Truth Loops. That's a good point, man. Truth Loop says also the baseball team called the same Francisco Giants. Wonder why. Yeah, Francisco's another place with really big architecture, too, at its roots. Yeah, guys, it's interesting. Until colonists built that stuff, and it's like super, I don't know. I'm not going to tell you for sure, but it's interesting to me that the whole possibility that our ancestors not that long ago are actually advanced. And that's the wool they try to throw over our eyes, We're not falling for it anymore, man. We're done. Yeah, there's a Bible quote right there. Yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. What do you think? And the image on the right here looks like we got a David and Goliath depiction. I like the whole two armies meet up, but they're gonna have a one-on-one duel. It's like, send your best guy. I don't care. You send your best guy. We'll send our best guy. Yeah, what is it? The ant people, right? Is that Hopi? I think it is. Marker 113. The ant people, is that Hopi? I believe. I think they came out of the ground and helped the natives during a recent cataclysm. I believe the story goes. Unless I'm mistaken. Move on to the next slide if you guys don't mind. Yeah, and here's another one of those big books from Prague Castle, guys. I thought it was interesting that some of it looks like barcode, huh? I mean, this book's huge. Just look at this poor lady on the left here. She's got to go put it back on the shelf later. That thing's heavy. Oh my goodness. What do you guys think? Just for fun, huh? Just for fun, okay. Guys, stick around. We're just getting started. We got giant books so far. We got some Bible quotes. Coming up, we got giant weapons. Yeah, you guys seen the overwhelmingly giant weapons, so there's like no way a regular person wielded. It's a trip, man. Yeah, unfortunately, guys, I have to alter these images a lot because my Island of California video got copyrighted for I put a picture of a 400-year-old map. So I guess King George didn't like that or something. And yeah, so I had to alter this one a bit too. You can see it was better at first, obviously, but I think you can still see it okay. The language is so incredible too. Like, what the hell, right? GWCCLO. That's what it looks like, right? J backwards JOHLLAAPPPPPPP. Like, it's weird. It's the same letter so repetitively. Like, how do you, even if you speak that language, how do you even read? Okay, if you put 5 P's at the end, that's offensive. Like, what the hell, right? What is this at the top? See what this is even? It's in Prague Castle. Truth Loop says also the Tennessee Titans. I'm gonna have to take your word, man. I don't know anything about these teams. Marker 113 says be a cool coffee table. Yeah, that would be a cool coffee table. I'll get that. You guys ever see what petrified wood looks like when it's all cleaned up? I mean, obviously when we pull it out of the desert or whatever, it's all nasty looking. But man, when they clean up petrified wood and get it polished and nice and cut it, it's some of the most beautiful material on earth. It's crazy. You can't even believe it's wood. It's like, what do you mean this is wood? Oh, it's been petrified. Oh, it's beautiful. It's awesome. You just should do this shit to all wood. Big Chuck says the big books I've seen docudramas of scholars writing in them. So big books done by normal sized man is my guess. Yeah, it's interesting. It's just like, why? Also, the architecture is just over the top gigantic where these places they find these big books. So it's like, again, it's just like, yeah, a regular man could have built it, but like, why? All right, Isabella Live 2.0 is here. Welcome, brother. Thanks for being here, man. I hope you're doing better. You seemed kind of depressed the other day. It sucks out there. Shit. Yeah? Oh, Eli's egg? Wow. I'm here today, guys. I'm doing my best. We're live, everybody. On the left here, we have the Abrahamic religion giants. We have the Anakim. Forgive me, guys. I'm not a Bible expert. We got the Anakim of the Old Testament. We got the Jiborim, Goliath. I know that one. Book of Samuel. We got the Nephilim. I know that one. We got Nimrod of the Old Testament. Well, that's a popular here in the chat. Nimrod. I think we were talking about possible Nimrod Jesus connection last chat, if I wasn't mistaken. I'm trying to remember who I was talking to about that. Pretty sure it's one of you. We got Og, Book of Numbers. Oh, Og is going to be in some of our Bible quotes later. Oh, and this one right here, actually. Yeah, King Og. Now, some people say that Og is a place that had giants, and some people say Og is a king. I think I'm pretty sure it changes between versions of the Bible. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. We got the Rephaim, Zamzumans of the Old Testament. Oh, what is that? You guys know what that is? Zamzumans. Big Chuck. That is the number one question on everything. Why? Yeah, I know, dude. It's just like it's like, okay, giants didn't make this stuff, but okay, fine. A regular person made them. Why? Just why? I thought you guys were struggling to feed yourselves and stuff in these time periods, they tell us. But no, you're off making fucking gigantic books and stuff. Just why? Anyways, I'm not going to linger on it, but I think it is interesting. We're going to get into some big weapons later. Yeah, Isabella Live 2.0 says, Og is a king for sure. Marker 113 says, the Og. The OG Og. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, there's a book of Og. So that would imply that it's a person, not a place. But I guess you could have a book of a place as well. So Big Chuck says, I hear baby chanting and it scares me. Yep. That's my 2-year-old Elijah. He's 2.5. He's watching a YouTube video. They're playing with colored eggs. So it looks like an Easter video, maybe. Yeah, he's loving that though. We just got back from the park. Thanks for being here, everybody. Yeah, Book of Og. That's interesting. You guys hear the Book of Og? I'm probably going to have to check that out. We're probably going to have to do a video on Book of Og. It's interesting. He talks about the firmament above. Og talks about the firmament above and how it provides fertility somehow. I'm not sure how or whatever, but it's interesting. Isabella Live 2.0 says, Og was the king and giant of the last of the giant kings. And I have been to seminary. Oh, no way. You have? Wow. Yeah, right here, guys, we got Joshua 12:4. And the coast of Og, king of Bashan, which was of the remnant of the giants that dwelt at Ashtaroth and at Edrei. Big Chuck says, I enjoy your live streams. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I really am trying my best, guys. I'm new to this, too, so you can ask Truth Loops. My first stream was fucking ghetto as hell, man. I tried to play He-Man. I got cut immediately for copyright. It was a train wreck. And it was just Truth Loops in the chat. So we're making progress. We're making progress here. I'm glad you guys are here. It's nice to be able to cover Bible stuff and mythology stuff and folklore without hating on each other's cultures and beliefs and stuff. Like, we're just here just to learn, and that's it. Like, I don't care what label you put on the information or whatever. Knowledge is knowledge, and we're here for it. The end, ladies and gentlemen. Isabella Live 2.0 says, I got kicked out of the week of exams for going on the Playboy channel. Classic. And drinking beer. Also classic. so I can be trusted. Yes. Someone get this man a medal. Speaking of which, are you a mod, Isabella? I gotta make you one if you're not. You guys ready for the next slide? These are the Abrahamic religion giants. This is one of the swords I was telling you about, guys. I don't know. You, Big Chuck. Where's the guy that wields this one? Okay, fine. Some little dude. Okay, fine. Some little dude wrote the big books. We don't know why. Fine. I want to see that same little dude swing this sword around. All right. This is interesting though. The Norimitsu Odachi is a huge sword from Japan. It was said to have been wielded by a giant. I don't know, guys. Am I tripping or what? Anyways, apart from the basic knowledge of it having been forged in the 15th century AD, measuring 12.5 feet in length and weighing as much as 31.97 pounds, the blade is a mystery. I thought it weighed more than that, but I guess that's a lot to swing around. It might be a typo, but wow. That's a giant sword. Check that out, guys. It's like crazy to think, like, okay, just some maniac, like anything big enough to wield that sword swinging it around would be scary enough, right? But don't forget, it's a big person, so it's like, you know, intelligent like us. So it's like also could be like a skilled samurai or whatever you want to call it, right? So a skilled warrior with a giant weapon like that would be freaking terrifying, dude. Could you imagine a giant samurai, army of giant samurai? Yeah, Big Chuck. Yeah, a 7-foot person would probably still have trouble wielding a 12-foot sword effectively, anyways. But yeah, that's cool. There are tall people. I do believe that lineage. That's also a very good point. It's in our lineage, you know. Like some people are so abnormally tall and some aren't because their stock, their DNA is more related to something that was much taller. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, it's interesting there are 7-foot tall Asian people because a lot of times they're not that tall. But yeah, I don't know, Chuck. It could be made of foam. Yeah, you want to check out the Norimitsu Odachi. Yeah, interesting stuff, guys. Let me know what you think. Do some research and tell me what you come to, conclusion you guys come to. Yeah, it could be made of foam. Could be a giant sword too. We'll see. LA Young says giants, keywords. Yep. Wow, thanks for being here, everybody. We got Big Chuck in the house. We got Isabella Live 2.0. We got LA Young. We got Stupid. We got Truth Loops. We got Starry Lost and Found. Thanks for being here, everybody. You guys ready for the next slide? I'm pretty sure that one on the sheath, and up there on the top is the blade out of its scabbard. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Big Chuck. Are you into mythology or folklore? Or, is your username like a Bigfoot, like Bigfoot Chuck? Like you like cryptids? There's some other mythologies that have giants in them. We got Suri. Isabella Live 2.0 says, they will not let foreigners in ever since they have been known. The Chinese white old class are buried in them where this most likely came from. Yeah, that's actually true. Like Westerners weren't allowed like anywhere. Like you could even go to a lot of these Asian countries. It's like the policy to kill you or whatever. It's actually historically accurate. Yeah, it's a trip. The world was cut off from each other for a long time like that through monarchs or whatever. Big Chuck says, "Be cool if it's real. That's awesome." Yeah, I was just thinking, man. Like, I mean, a regular person with a sword that's skilled with it is scary enough. So, I mean, if they're a giant person, that thing would be terrifying. I heard some conspiracy stuff. Obviously, I can't verify any of it. That some army dudes were in Antarctica or something, some area like that, and they encountered some giant being or something, and it was wielding something similar like that, like a giant sword or club or something. And like, obviously, I can't verify any of this. It's an interesting story. Look it up. Yeah, they had to shoot it dead or whatever, but yeah, it was savage apparently. Big Chuck says, "I'm pretty much into everything." LOL. Yeah, hey, you're in the right place, man. Big Chuck says, "I'm actually looking at a book with giants." LOL. Well, I don't know if you're into Bible or anything, but well, technically it's not the Bible. I'm pretty sure it's Book of Enoch, if I'm not mistaken. But there's actually a book within Book of Enoch or whatever called Book of Giants. I'm pretty sure that's where it is, the Book of Giants. But yeah, it talks a lot about it too. It's a trip. If you like giant books about giants, I'd check out the Book of Giants. It's pretty good. Yeah, on the bottom here, the Cornish mythology, we got a Gog and Magog. They're the on the right helping this guy out of the mud. So they could be cool. Yeah, the giants mythology and folklore, they range anywhere from savage cannibals to intellectual nobles to monsters. I'm starting to just think like things were just bigger, like more recently than they want us to believe. You know, like the narrative is what, like millions of years ago things were bigger and stuff because the atmosphere, blah blah blah. But I think possibly maybe not that long ago things were bigger instead. You know, maybe they got that part wrong. You know, if they just got something like that part wrong, maybe the rest is possible. Basically, it comes down to whether you give our ancestors the benefit of the doubt or not, which I do, because to me, the megalithic architecture, for example, gives their words more credence to me than some, you know, government approved librarian or whatever just drank too much coffee and wrote an article or something. So now giants don't exist or whatever, you know, for example. Like, you know, then why did literally everybody write about them? It's like the flood myth, for example, right, guys? Like, they call it the flood myth, but science will tell you that there's been repeated floods in the past. And like almost I'm pretty sure every culture has the flood myth around the same time too. So it's like, oh really? Like, but we still call it the flood myth, right? So I think that's interesting. Basically what they did is if we label everything as myth from the start, we're clear. And it seems like that's what they did, but it's interesting. Life 2.0 says the pyramids of Japan. Yeah, that's so interesting. You know, I gotta research that more, but yeah, there's freaking pyramids all over the world. I thought they were just like an Egyptian thing or like a Mayan thing, you know, some kind of thing. But yeah, they got them over there in Asia, like all over the place too. Like, Isabella says, for large bodies and Kandahar giants is the military encounter recently. Oh, okay. I think he's talking about the story that I was just trying to explain earlier, guys. Yeah. Check out Isabella's comment if you want more details on that. Yeah. Big Chuck says, if Titans are considered giants, there's Atlas, Greek Titan. Yeah, Atlas is an interesting one because there's like the older source material for Atlas is like him at the center of the map or whatever you want to call it, you know, like where Antarctica or whatever you want to call it be. Hyperborea, Mount Meru or whatever, Atlas would be standing there, like the pillar at the middle, like the Dark Tower or whatever, right? But later he's depicted as holding up the entire Earth. like what we go off of now. Yeah, Titans are interesting, right? Because they're like gods, but they're not from Olympus and they're not from up there. They're from down here. They're like the chthonic gods, or whatever they're called. I think that's it, chthonic gods, Greek mythology. Isabella Life 2.0 says, I saw a picture yesterday of two African women who look 12 feet and 14 feet respectively. I have never seen the photo before. I'll go look. Wow. Yeah, that's insanely tall, and that's now. So if there really was like a difference in environment where things were bigger back then, imagine how big those girls' like ancestors must have been, right? Like, holy crap. That's what I think, because you guys know what's his name? Gilgamesh? There's depictions of him just like holding like lions, like how me and you would hold like a kitten, like a little kitty cat, like it's nothing. Like, he just has one like in each hand, so obviously you'd have to be pretty big to do that. So that's another point. Also, don't get me started, man. There's giant stuff everywhere. Like, it's almost hard not to find giants and like ruins and stuff. Big Chuck says Cyclops, another Greek giant. Oh yeah, not the X-Men. Yeah, don't mistake him with the X-Men Cyclops. I like Cyclops in X-Men. He's cool. He's like the level-headed one that keeps the group together. It's like, come on, Wolverine, chill, bro. We gotta go back to the university now. Isabella Live 2.0 says Albania, Britain is the Isle of the Giants. Wow, I'm gonna have to check that out. Have you guys seen my video? Land of the Big Feet, the Patagonia Giants. It's a pretty interesting topic too. I don't know how. Coming back to giants, I guess because like they're so prevalent. Yeah. Up next, guys, we have the Fulmerians. They're a supernatural race in Irish mythology. They're often portrayed as hostile and monstrous beings who come from under the sea of the earth, or the earth. Later, they are portrayed as giants and sea raiders. They are enemies of Ireland's first settlers and opponents of the Tuatha De Danann, the other supernatural race in Irish mythology. So again, we have two warring factions of gods, right? However, their relationship with the Tuatha is complex. Some of their members intermarry and have children. See? So, sounds familiar, guys? Kind of like Greek mythology. Or the Greek gods mixed with the Titans and stuff like that. The Formarians thus have been linked to the Jotnar of Norse mythology and the elder gods of Greco-Roman mythology. You guys see what I'm getting at here sometimes? Like, people consider a conspiracy theory when I say things like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure we all started from one religion or one source, And it's like, no, that's crazy. It's like, but dude, it's all a repeat of the same story. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills sometimes. All right, everybody, we got Caucasian Sasquatch in the house. Says greetings. Hey, what's up, brother? Thanks for being here, man. So Isabella Life 2.0 says Albania, Britain is the Isle of the Giants. I've never heard of that. I'm gonna have to check that out. And then he says, till a guy named Brutus came and killed them all in Britain. Okay, this sounds like there's a story there. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. Thanks, brother. Brutus, truly brutal. Reminds me of Romeo and Juliet. Brutus. Romeo and Juliet. No, I'm sorry, not Romeo and Juliet. Julius Caesar. Shakespeare's Julius Caesar. Yeah, it's up here somewhere, guys. It was in high school, but it's up here. It's all up here somewhere. Just chilling, Caucasian Sasquatch. Well, we appreciate you, man. You're Formarians. Gamorreans. Yeah, supernatural race. Giant earth dwellers.
Mommy, do it outside.
All right, guys. We got another giant weapon up here. We got a sword attributed to Groot Pierre, which I'm told is debatable. Because I was reading an article saying that there's no way they could prove that that's Groot Pierre's sword, but it is in the museum attributed to Groot Pierre. So whatever that's worth. It was found in the Leeuwarden Town Hall, first recorded 1791.
Hi. Happy kids. Happy.
Et tu brute. Caucasian Sasquatch says, just chilling, et tu brute. Big Chuck says, bro, CS, you just read my mind. What do you guys think about these swords, huh?
You know what?
Interesting stuff, huh?
You know what that's it?
No, please, hi.
Okay.
Mommy, you're watching it.
That one that guy's standing with, guys, is the sword on the right, by the way. Pretty sure. Oh, no. It's the one in the middle. I'm sorry. Yeah. Wait, no. Yeah, interesting. What do you guys think? I mean, I wouldn't take that thing in a battle. I'm just saying, like, how absurd. Yeah, Claymores. I mean, these are abnormally big even for Claymores. I mean, these are like insane. I think pretty sure these are the biggest in the world or something, or second biggest in the world. I have more and some more slides. Yeah, that's a trip, huh, guys? Shit, I wouldn't take that thing in a battle. Are you kidding me? What are you even gonna do with that thing? Are you playing baseball or something? What the hell, right? You're gonna swing that from a horse? Please, God. No, I think I'll take like an axe. I'll take the axe and the spear and like a gladius or something, huh? A little sidearm. What about you, Caucasian Sasquatch? What are you taking into the Coliseum, man? Choose your weapon. What about you, Big Chuck? What are you taking in the Coliseum? I think I'm getting like one of those tall shields, the tower shields, but like one-handed. Oh, Caucasian Sasquatch is bringing a pistol. Okay, that does it. You can't bring that. What are you doing, man? Caucasian Sasquatch is proficient in Ameriquando. Pow, 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 pow. Big Chuck is going in there with nothing but karate. Bring your pistol. Come on, man. No. Hey, Gladiator would have been a lot better if you just shot the Emperor at the end, right? It's like... Oh, Big Chuck says net and spear. Okay, that's smart, actually. Yeah, the net's effective, right? What, you're bringing two? You're bringing two pistols to the stadium fight, Caucasian Sasquatch? Isabella Live 2.0 says, "Could you imagine the size of the horse?" Yeah, that's what I'm saying, guys. Like, if it was a giant person wielding a giant weapon, like if everything was giant, like imagine the horse, huh? Holy shit! Yeah, that's a trip. What do you guys think? I'm gonna move on to the next slide. Oh yeah, here are some giants from Gaelic mythology, Irish mythology, Scottish mythology. I'm not gonna read them out because they're pretty hard to pronounce. A lot of them actually, except Balor there. Balor, we got Cuchulainn, Corb, Elatha, Breeze. Okay, this is interesting. Have you guys seen this one? No, I find a lot of stuff saying that this is a hoax newspaper article. It was posted in the early 1900s, Arizona Gazette. Yeah, this is what was posted in the newspaper, that there was an expedition by the Smithsonian This is all allegedly, guys. Like I said, I can't confirm it. There's a lot of stuff saying it was a hoax, but it's interesting. The article does exist as it is, and there are people that claim the legitimacy to it. So you take it for what it is. But yeah, the Grand Canyon Egypt connection. It's a trip, right? Have you heard of this Caucasian Sasquatch? These are some sketches of what they allegedly found. These sketches were posted with the article too. So they were confident enough to post these sketches with their article. So I actually read a fact checker thing on this one, guys, and it literally says it shows all of the pretty much a lot of the information I just gave you, and then it goes nope, fact checked, and then it literally says no, period. I was like, well, okay, it's a devastating argument, but I guess no. So, but yeah, interesting, guys. There are also other legends. I don't know what you'd call folklore. Like there's this one guy that wandered somewhere in Grand Canyon. I think the natives ended up gouging his eyes out or something. But he says he found there was some Egyptian stuff in the Grand Canyon as well. And allegedly the body is taken from it. This is the story that the Smithsonian took a bunch of these big mummified remains from the Grand Canyon. That's why you can't go in there and stuff. And yeah, I thought it was interesting. I think this is on Ancient Aliens. The problem I have with that is that why does it always have to be an alien? You know, like I'm not anti-Ancient Aliens. You know, I think it's cool, but why does it always have to be an alien? Like, could our ancestors have just been more advanced or just taller not that long ago? I mean, like all the mythology says. Again, guys, it comes to a matter of, do you give our ancestors the benefit of the doubt or not? I do. I take their writing seriously, and when it gets too insane and fantastical, it's usually mistranslation or a game of telephone. You know, it's very true. It's very true. The game of telephone effect is very powerful. I'm aware of this. You know, so don't think I read everything on this mythology channel as fact. I just, like I said, I tend to give our ancestors the benefit of the doubt, and yeah, you know, some of those old maps on that island of California video that I posted that got taken down, they have this area marked down where the Grand Canyon is as the land of the giants. What a coincidence. But the fact checkers literally said no. So there you go, guys. Nice try. Man, I want to become one of those fact checkers, right? Do they get paid or something? I could just say no to everything, like an objective freaking 9-year-old or something. No, nuh-uh. Anyways, according to the Book of Giants, certain angelic beings called Watchmen descended to Earth and produced the Nephilim through human women. These offsprings were giants who behaved monstrously, killing many humans. In the story, the giants have disturbing dreams that warn of the coming flood and of their own demise. So there it is right there in the Bible, guys. I don't know if you're religious. Well, actually, I'm sorry. It's not in the Bible. This is Book of Enoch, Book of Giants. But there it is, guys. One of the giants, a giant named Mahaway, seeks the counsel of Enoch. Enoch warns the giants and a watcher named Samihaza to repent because the archangel Raphael has taken notice of their misdeeds and their destruction is imminent. In the end, the giants, the Nephilim, and a multitude of demons meet a violent fate. So people are like, you know, what happened to these giants? What happened to these Jews? Blah, 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 blah. Dude, it's the Watchers are either killed or bound by 4 angels in a dark prison. Caucasian Sasquatch says Lovelock Cave. I've heard of that before, man. You know, I don't live too far from that area. I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. If you guys didn't know, I'd love to go check that area out. Maybe when I get more subs, get my cell phone and go check out some of these areas. That'd be a cool live stream, right? Would you guys watch that? You want to see some mystery schooling live exploration? I'm gonna punch out the skinwalker. Just watch, guys. Big Chuck says, but I thought it had a disappearing city. I've heard the disappearing city thing before. Like in the sky you're talking about, or in the Grand Canyon? Big Chuck says Teddy Roosevelt claims his friend was attacked by a Bigfoot type monster. Hey, I believe it, man. I think a lot of those bear attacks that they say are bear attacks, it could very possibly be Sasquatch, things like that. Yeah, I don't know. Why would Teddy Roosevelt lie about something like that, right? I mean, he has so much on the line, right, to say something like that. Abraham Lincoln talks about giants too. Oh man! Oh, I can't believe I forgot to put that quote in this presentation. I just remembered it. Yeah, it's an Abraham Lincoln quote. He says something along the lines of the remnants of the bones of our ancestors of this land, the giant bones of our ancestors who roamed this land, or something like that, and the mountains of America today, something like that. It's crazy. Yeah, what do you guys think? Caucasian Sasquatch says, Lovelock is sealed, and yes. Shari. Big Chuck says, hell yeah. Caucasian Sasquatch says, Jesus, you guys are mixing myths. Email me a link next time. Yeah. Hey, we're all over the place here, bro. Big Chuck says, in the Grand Canyon, disappearing city. Okay. I haven't heard of that. That's interesting, though. You know, if the Earth goes through these recurring cataclysms and there's a soil displacement and stuff like that, I mean, we are literally talking about lands going under each other and stuff. So, yeah, disappearing city, totally. I'm gonna have to check that out, though. That sounds really interesting. Welcome, Shari. Thank you for coming. Shari says, I am not even 5 feet tall. If the giants are real, I am not one. Yeah, I'm not tall either. I'm about 5'8", 5'9", or something. Big Chuck is 6'4". Okay, cool. So that's why they call you Big Chuck, huh? I thought you were a big Sasquatch Chuck or something. No, you're just literally Big Chuck. That's it. Yeah, this background is a Greek mythology depiction of Hosius or something like that. I forgot the name exactly. It's an interesting story I got to cover too. But Numbers 13:33 we have. And there we saw the giants, the sons of Anak, which come of the giants. And we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and so we were in their sight. Wow. So we're not talking about just in Numbers 13:33, we're not just talking about giant people like 10 feet tall, 12 feet tall. We're talking about massive people like size of mountains and stuff. We're talking some hobbit stuff going on here or something. Deuteronomy 128. Whither thou shalt go up, our brethren have discouraged our heart, saying, the people is greater and taller than we. The cities are great and walled up to heaven. And moreover, we have seen the sons of the Anakims there. Yeah, so right here, he's saying, yeah, the city is massive. The walls are massive. And the wicked ones are there. The relatives of these, that line that the Lord wiped out, or for whatever reason. Probably because they're wicked, the Anakim. So he's saying, like, where are we supposed to go? We're not going there, right? We get killed. Robert Page says, greetings and salutations all. Enjoying the stream while working. Thank you. Hey, thanks for being here, Robert Page. Appreciate you, man. You know, it's kind of funny what kind of got me into this, like, I guess scholarly or whatever you want to call it, so research stuff is I used to be a custodian for the school district, and I would just listen all day to documentaries and to lore and listen and learn and learn and learn. And after a few years went by, I was like just a walking thesaurus on this stuff. And I would just chit chat with random people, and they'd be like, "Man, I love talking with you. Like, you should like share this somehow." I'm like, I always had it in the back of my head, like, be something I'd like to do. And now I'm trying to do just that. I hope you guys are enjoying my channel. Big Chuck says, not really mixing myths, as some believe Bigfoot, Sasquatch are giants of the forest. Yeah, that's an interesting point. How about do you guys like that idea that or that concept that Bigfoot and Sasquatch are wandering from like tunnels or something from really deep in the woods or whatever you want to call it to subterranean lands, and they actually like live somewhere else, like that's like we just don't notice, like I don't know, Agartha, whatever you want to call it, I don't know, underground terrain, you know. I mean, we know the earth goes deep with lots of caverns and stuff, so it's not really a conspiracy theory or anything. Maybe that's where the Squatch hang out most of the time. They only come on the surface in extenuating circumstances or something like that, or during a certain season or for some reason or whatever, or maybe if they're outcasted by their own kind, they have to live up here. I mean, that's why they're kind of douchers up here, right? And they attack people and stuff. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm just thinking, guys. Caucasian Sasquatch says, the Grand Canyon had a pyramid tomb. El Dorado was a disappearing city, and there's... Oh, sorry, 1 second, buddy. Lost your comment there. And there's a place named Cairo Canyon. Where sealed from... Oh, I've heard of that before. Cairo Canyon, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, Sasquatch. Like, it's sealed from the public. All this stuff's sealed from the public, and the mainstream narrative is, oh, you know, to keep us safe from the rocks, you know. We could damage rocks while we're in there. We could fall down. I mean, suddenly the government cares so much about our safety when it comes to going into these places, but sometimes I wonder if they're hiding something. Shari says, I went mud flooding yesterday. Oh, wow. Awesome. And realized that Arboretum is connected to the Biltmore, the ancient aqueduct system with keystones and all. Keystones? What's that? Whoa, that sounds like something I could get into. Like runes? Like like underground tunnels and stuff. Yeah, when I first heard about Tartaria and mud flood and all that stuff, and then I put together like, oh, the Underground Railroad. Secret Underground Railroad. Oh, okay, that actually makes a lot more sense. Like, I didn't think Harriet Tubman built an Underground Railroad by herself to smuggle people to the north through, right, herself. No, it was there already, right? Yeah, good. Yeah, under Vegas even there's lots of tunnels and stuff too. I want to go down there though. It's like Homeless Central down there. It's like freaking Ninja Turtles 1 down there. Shit, it's crazy. I'm not going down there. Big Chuck says, Shari, hello, and yes, school name. There were 2 of Chuck's in same class. I was taller, got labeled Big Chuck, LOL. Oh, okay. And they just stuck forever, huh? I got a nickname in school and just stuck for the rest of your life. That's cool. I mean, you're definitely tall enough for it, bro. Caucasian Sasquatch says, have you seen the Neanderthal Predator video? No, but sign me up. That sounds great. Robert Page says, interdimensional beings, I am in my honest opinion, but I don't know, just an opinion. Yeah, it's interesting, Robert, that whole interdimensional being stuff, because, you know, a lot of the ritualistic stuff that you read about our ancestors, like the writings we do get about rituals, descriptions of them and stuff, it seems like the phase of the moon is significant. And I was watching Melodome the other day, and I'm not sure what religion they were talking about, but there's some religion where if you die on a full moon, you have a chance to go through the portal or something like that, or it links this world and another world or something like that. Some interesting stuff, but that's what that makes me think about. Big Chuck says cave systems, they travel. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're really big cave systems below us, like huge. But I'm talking about what I'm talking about in Vegas underneath us is like many like large sewers. They say they're sewers, but it's interesting because our sewer system doesn't use them. But there are tunnels underneath Vegas, and they're not caverns and stuff like natural caverns. They're man-made. But I think it's interesting. Also, you know, there's the catacombs and all those crazy places. Yeah, I think Bigfoot though might live in like some kind of like underground subterranean world, possibly. You know, a lot of these cryptids might wander out from places under Earth. You know, regardless of your cosmology, the Earth could have hollow places underneath it. You know, it doesn't have to what's that? What's it called? Sheol or whatever, that old depiction. I show it on my channel sometimes. Interesting stuff, though. Shari says, keystones on bridges. We don't even know how to make them. North Carolina Arboretum connects to the Baltimore, it looks like, from the ancient water system. Yeah, they definitely used ancient water systems in the old world, like, more than they would have us believe. Like, I'm pretty sure they were using hydrotherapy, hydropathy, or whatever it's called, and radiant energy technology via towers, things like that. I covered this in the towers video I did a few weeks ago, guys, about a week ago. Interesting stuff, though, huh? Yeah. Shari, definitely. I'm glad you're here. Glad to have you in my chat. Big Chuck says Morlocks, Shari. Morlocks. Sounds like Warlock. Oh, Shari says Warlock. Okay. Yeah. Big Chuck says Morlocks from the Time Machine. Oh, yeah. The old novel, The Time Machine, right? I've read that one. I read that one in school. Robert Page says the upside down world, like in Stranger Things, truth is stranger than fiction, lies in the news, truth in the arts. Yeah, you said that. Amen to that. Shoot, get that put on the wall or something. Is that your quote, Robert Page? Up next, we got Deuteronomy 3:11. For only King Og of Bashan remained of the remnant of the giants. Behold, his bedstead was a bedstead of iron. It is not in Rabbath of the children of Ammon. 9 cubits was the length thereof, and 4 cubits the breadth of it, after the cubit of a man. Hey, all right. Everybody say hi to 4Fan47. You got a special guest here. Welcome, welcome. God bless you, brother. Glad to have you, man. Hey, you were spreading some good word the other day. It was good to hear. Yeah, make sure you guys connect to Shari's channel. Here, let me jump on my phone real quick, guys. Give me a second. I'm going to make some of you guys who aren't around here often mods, so you can post links to your channel, okay? Make sure you guys post your links to your channel and share so we can all grow together. Add mod.
Eli.
Robert Page is a mod. Add mod. Ford Fan 47's a mod. Shari. Add mod. There we go. Let's see here. All right, I think that's everyone. Cool. Let me know if I missed anyone. You want to post your channel or just some cool videos you see on YouTube? Let me know. Post them. Go crazy. I'm doing great, man. We're blessed, I just got back from the park with the kids. It's beautiful out. Makes me sad we have such a beautiful earth the Lord gave us to enjoy, and the governments keep us from enjoying it daily, Like, I'm 32 years old. I've always wanted a garden, I'll probably never get it, guys. So whatever. Hey, maybe my next incarnation I could grow some flowers or something. Good Lord. Yeah, make sure you guys all check out Ford Fan's live stream. He does Bible stuff. Great. Caucasian Sasquatch is live daily. If you like audit videos for some audit stuff, they're usually just messing around, but it's a fun chat. Go hang out. Caucasian Sasquatch. Oh, AAP channel's a good one too. I watch all the time. AAP's best. Deuteronomy 2:21. A people great and many and tall, as the Anakims. Again, another reference to the Anakims being giant. But the Lord destroyed them before them, and they succeeded them and dwelt in their stead. Oh, there it is, guys. 2:11, which also were accounted giants, as the Anakims, but the Moabites called them Emims, the Emims. All right, everybody, we got Martin Haley in the house. Welcome, brother. All right, guys, Cumnock, Scotland, listening in. Oh, wow, all the way from Scotland. Thank you. We appreciate you for being here, man. Caucasian Sasquatch is looking for a video. I guess we're doing a reaction video to it. Okay. Samuel 21:18. And it came to pass after this that there was again a battle with the Philistines at Gob. Then Sibbachai, the Hushathite, slew Saph, which was of the sons of the giant. Sons of the giant. It's interesting because some cultures and myths and stuff, giant, they're like not big, or they're just like regular human size, but they're like, it's like their bloodlines come from these, you know what I'm saying? It's like some people's bloodlines come from these. Still, it's like the line wasn't completely wiped, but it was enough to where the Lord was satisfied, or whatever you want to call him, you know? I think it's interesting we call the Christian God the Lord and Father and stuff like that, and Odin is also known as the All-Father. Yeah. And he also has a tendency to curse people and kind of react the same way as the Christian God. But yeah, interesting stuff. What do you guys think? The Bible's just chock full of giant stuff. I could just go all day with this. So, all right, guys. So we're gonna do a quick legend on a giant. I like this story. It's cool. It's got King Arthur in it. It's hard to find anything with King Arthur in it these days. A well-known tale concerns Rita, a giant who held court in Snowdonia. He marched against warring kings Ninya and Pibal, overwhelmed their armies, and took their beards as trophies of his victory and fashioned them into a cap for himself. Wow, dude. All right. Interesting choice, huh? The 26 kings of Britain assembled their armies to destroy Rita. Yeah, seriously, get rid of this guy. He's taking beards and shit. He needs to be stopped right now. But were vanquished by the giant, who cut off the king's beards, goddammit, and fashioned a great cape out of them to protect him from the cold. Okay. So Rita's on a rampage, Rita or whatever. He's killing all the kings. Nobody can stop him. He's taking beards left and right. He's making clothes out of them. He's just totally out of control. That's where King Arthur draws the line. Hey, Sheila Loya, welcome. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you. Glad you made it. Yeah, I try to put a notification up and give you guys an advance notice, but I was hearing from some people that it wasn't popping up in their feed. I don't know what that's all about. You guys like the light in the background, by the way? I think I might have ascended at some point in the presentation. There you go. Oh, Caucasian Sasquatch found the link he was looking for. Check it out, guys. Some predator thing. Albino predator thing. I don't know what. If Caucasian Sasquatch is saying us to check it out, it's got to be good, though. Sometime later, King Arthur received a message from Rita. I'm sure I'm butchering that, but demanding his beard to patch his cloak. So Rita messaged King Arthur saying, yo, just give me your beard right now, dog, because, I'll come over there and get it, all right? You know what happened to the other kings, right? Arthur refused, and Rita marched south with his armies to claim it from him. In the resulting confrontation, Rita is forced to shear his own beard. How do you like it? And retreats much humbled in stature, but much wiser in knowledge. This part's interesting, guys. Check this out. A variant tale claims that after receiving the demands, Arthur marched furiously up to Snowdonia and fought against the giant in a duel. So when Rita messaged him saying, yo, I need your beard to patch my cloak, Arthur marched to his kingdom to fight him in a duel. He's like, that does it. That's where I draw the line. So, yeah, Arthur marched furiously up to Snowdonia and fought against the giant in a duel. So this is my point, guys, is I mean, Arthur could be some Legolas badass or something, but like,
Mommy, no,
odds are if he fought him in a duel, was King Arthur a giant? I mean, he's dueling giants one-on-one, right? I'm just saying. Was he also a giant? He marched furiously up to Snowdonia and fought against the giant in a duel, in which he lifted up his sword and struck Rita on the crown of the head, a blow so fiercely wounding, severely venomous, and sternly smiting that it cut through all his head, armor, and his skin, and his flesh, okay, and clove him in twain. Yeah, so in this version of the story, Rita gives him a message saying, "Give me your beard." Arthur says, "Oh, hell no," and marches up to Rita's place and hits him on the head with the sword really hard and kills him. Which seems to be a recurring theme in mythology, I've noticed, guys. I mean, lots of demons and tyrannical beings in mythology just end up getting hit in the head by someone pissed off human, and that's the end of them. Hey, we got Josh Corey of the Iron Realm says, "Hello all." Hey, welcome, man. That's a cool title, of the Iron Realm. Like a song or something. We got 10 people watching. All right, everyone. Thanks for being here. Make sure to hit that like button for me. I really appreciate it. That's the end of this presentation, but you know what? We got a crowd going. I really appreciate all you guys for being here. We're not going to end the stream. I'm just going to go back to the beginning of the presentation. A lot of you guys weren't here for it. And IDGAF. I'm going to keep on rocking. I appreciate each and every one of you. Here's some weapons we went over earlier. You guys want to see some giant books? You guys seen this before? Check this out. These are giant books in Prague Castle. Yeah. So it's true, man. Yeah, check it out, guys. Look at this book on the left, man. It says it's bigger than the lady is almost. Now, I'll just tell you guys up front, the mainstream narrative is that these books are just, they're basically gimmicks. The library made them because they could make them, basically. That's a stupid argument. They made them because they could make it or whatever, but hey, it's cool. We all have our copium with our certain subjects, don't we? That's cool. I think there was big people back in the day. That's just my opinion. Hey, what's up, everybody? We got Ford Finette 47 in the house. Welcome. Thanks for being here. That was a great live stream yesterday. Yeah. Once he starts preaching, Ford fan, he's good. Once you could tell he starts getting his heart into it. He can preach, man. Yeah, make sure you guys check out Ford Fan 47. We got Sheila Loya in the house. That's nice. Sheila Loya says there's so much proof out there of giants. I agree, Sheila. I was trying to make this presentation not long. Obviously, we're an hour 15 in, and I'm going over the slides again, and I had to try to make it smaller just because there's so much. To the point where I'm wondering if just the reason there's so much mythology with giants is just because everybody was giant back then. I mean, that's the conclusion I'm starting to come to. And what does it say in Genesis or whatever? The lines of Adam lived to be how old? It doesn't seem like normal people time. Lived to be 1,000 and stuff like that. The hell? Yeah, check out these books, guys. The image on the right, you can kind of see. Don't forget, these guys are Masons and stuff where we get these photos from. And coincidentally, the image they chose to show us, the one on the right, one of these rare glimpses we get of these giant books, right? It's a little demon. It's a little imp. I have it blown up on the next slide for you in color. But yeah, in the big book on the right, the one image they show us, it's a big demon or a little imp trickster demon. What a coincidence. Yeah, check out the photo in the middle. That book's taller than that girl is. In a time they're telling us, primitive ancestors, and we're gonna get into this next slide, guys. coincidentally, the place where these books are also located is also a super gigantic building, castle. Here, I'm going to show you right now. Boom. There it is, castle. Library. Yeah, look how tall the ceilings are, guys. Amazing. Just to give you guys a scaling idea of the scaling here, these globes in the middle, they're taller than a person. So, like that one closest to the camera on the right, that globe is taller than a person. This place is enormous. Just saying, could be a coincidence that the place where the giant books are is also gigantic, and all the lore and legend around the area is that there were giant people. So it could be all coincidences. I would argue it's overwhelming, the evidence against that, but hey, to each his own, my friend. I'm not here to tell anybody the object to deal in holes like some Sith, you know. I will do what I must. Yeah, we got Genesis 6:4. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men which were of old men of renown. Yeah, Josh Corey of the Iron Realm says one big giant coincidence. Yeah. Right? And you know, they do find a lot of giant skeletons and stuff, but if you look into it, they almost always come out shortly after though as a hoax and all this and that. But if you really dig into it on a lot of those stories, it's mostly just like, nuh-uh. Like basically, when people find stuff and the mainstream narrative doesn't like it, they make an article and they basically go, nuh-uh. Like they don't bring any facts or data or anything. They just go, no. Like basically, and people are like, see, no. It's like, all right, well, if that's as deep as it's going to go with you, all right, fine. Yeah, I know. Okay. Like I agree there aren't giants walking around now, but was it possible? Don't forget, you got a lot of these people also believe that, you know, all the animals and the plant life and everything was also big, just not us. Okay. Interesting. Just all biological life, but not us. Okay. Interesting. Robert Page says, I saw a post over the weekend claiming Santos Bonassi is a Mason. Just a post online, so take it for what it's worth. Santos Bonassi. I'm not sure who that is. I'll check that out, though. Isabella Life 2.0 says, yes, 969 years, Methuselah. That sounds familiar. What's that? Methuselah. Josh Corey of the Iron Realm. Oh, I already got that one, sorry. Martin Haley says, speak for yourself. I'm 7'11", LOL. What, really? Nuh-uh. Martin Haley, Damn, bro, all right, shit. Don't mess with Martin Haley, anybody. Robert Page says, just shared on Twitter. Great stream. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah. I love presenting. I love talking with you guys. There's no place I'd rather be on earth right now than just chilling and talking about giants with you guys. Great stuff. I'm so blessed to be here. Yeah, here's another look at these giant books, guys. Wow. I really appreciate that, Robert Page. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of people tell me I've been slipping by not having other forms of social media. Like I don't have a Facebook, I don't have a Twitter, I don't have an Instagram, but I probably should. I just put a lot of my effort into the presentations, you know. But I really should start getting better at networking if I want to do this, you know. It's not my goal to make money doing this or anything like that. I just want to do it right. When I do stuff, I just want to do it right. That's all. I don't want to do it half-assed, you know, because I watch a lot of live streams. God bless them. I love them. But all they talk about is the jelly donut they had for breakfast or whatever. It's not exactly deep. I get really bored really quick. So I'm glad we got a little think tank going on over here. Shari says, best conversations are with flat people. Hey, I agree 100. 100. I also have a geocentric cosmology, but I try not to make it the whole point of the channel or whatever. But yeah, Don't forget, guys, heliocentrism is kind of a new one. You know, I'm not gonna get into it too much, but it's kind of a new thing. Isabella Live 2.0 says Genesis chapter 11. It talks about the making of stones, ye sons of Adam, given an order in ages. Yes, set in stone. Shari says I turned blue. Martin Haley says that was my Claymore a while back, but I lost my horse. Oh man, that was your Claymore, huh? Okay, cool. How big was your horse, by the way? You have a 20-foot horse or something? Shadow facts. Show us the meaning of haste. Up next, guys, we got the Abrahamic religion giants on the left here. We got the Anakim from the Old Testament. They're going to come up with some quotes. We got the Jiborim, Goliath. I know that one. Everybody knows Goliath. We got the Nephilim. Everyone knows that one too. Nimrod, a house favorite. We got Og from the Book of Numbers. How do you lose a 20-foot horse? Dude, where's the car? Where's the car, dude? Martin Haley says, I'm kidding, I'm 6'1". Hey, you're still huge. Shit. Yeah, I had a feeling you weren't 7'9" or whatever you said. That would have been incredible, though. Isabella Live 2.0 says, Genesis 11 speaks of the Tower of Babel up to Abraham. Adam's sons were on average 500 years old. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I was wondering what that was earlier. Yeah, the sons of Adam lived to be around 500. That doesn't sound like normal human anatomy to me. I'm no mathematician, but that's like, what, 5 times? So, yeah. Were they bigger? Interesting. How do you lose a 24-foot horse? Shari says, very carefully. Yeah, you have to hide it for sure. Josh Corey of the IRL says, Shibby. Oh, man, I love Do Where's My Car. Everybody hates me for it, but I love Do Where's My Car. That movie's so funny. Dude, it's a llama. Bro, that's not a llama. It's an ostrich. Dude, it's a llama. Do you guys know what this is? Zamzumans of the Old Testament. I've never heard of that. It might be a video topic, huh? The Zamzumans. Apparently they're giants of the Abrahamic religion. We got 11 watching. All right. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate the support. Please hit the like button, all of you. Really appreciate it. Thank you. We got the Rephaim of the Old Testament. Joshua 12:4. And the coast of Og, king of Bashan, which was of the remnant of the giants, that dwelt at Ashtaroth and at Edrei. Yeah, what do you guys think? This one, I thought this was interesting, guys. The Norimitsu Odachi is a huge sword from Japan. It was said to have been wielded by a giant. So the story is that it was wielded by a giant. Coincidence. Add it to the coincidence pile, guys. Apart from the basic knowledge of it having been forged in the 15th century AD, coincidence pile, measuring 12 and a half feet in length and weighing as much as 32 pounds, the blade is a mystery. Strange. I was just saying earlier, guys, like a maniac that was big enough to even wield the sword, swinging it around would be scary enough. Could you imagine a trained warrior, like a legit samurai or whatever you want to call it, just running around with this thing? To reach on that thing, be good lord, dude. What happens to Dude, Where's My Car? They end up saving the world, right? I can't remember exactly. Something with a straw. He puts a straw in something. Ooh, he's so funny, dude. Bro, we speak Japanese. How messed up did you guys get last night? Shari says if the Bible was written 3,000 years ago, and these Tartarian buildings are probably that age, so the Bible could have been written in these fancy buildings. Yeah, I mean, the Bible is a bunch of stories put together, right? So it doesn't seem possible to me. On that video I just did, guys, the Algonquin Dogman, Master Logs, one of the other cynocephaly dogmen makes a reference to him of their holy nation. This is a Native American myth. We're talking about the Northeast. So there was a holy nation at some point in Native American Algonquin myth. Is this the holy nation maybe Sherry is hinting at here? Very interesting. You know, the architecture in that area, it's all Manhattan Island, all that area is very astounding. It's very interesting. Robert Page says, probably some truth in that movie. Robert Page says, that sword is gnarly. That's what I was saying, man. I'm pretty sure on the bottom is the scabbard, and the top is the blade itself, so goodness. Look how narrow and fine it is. You know what it reminds me of? I don't know if you guys ever played Final Fantasy series, or there's a bad guy in the Final Fantasy series. His name's Sephiroth, like the seven Sephiroth Trinity or whatever. He wields a sword called the Maramune or something like that. Yeah, it really reminds me of this, and I wonder if it was inspired, if that game was inspired by this blade in particular, because it really does look like it. Oh, Martin Haley says, what? I thought my Claymore was big. You got a Claymore? No way. Bitchin'. Martin, now I want to ask you, are Claymores practical weapons, or is it just one of those things they tell us was a weapon? It could have been something else, because I'm going to be 100 with you, bro. If I was going to go into a stadium or something, I probably wouldn't pick the fucking Claymore first. You know what I mean? I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't even understand how you effectively use it. What do you spin around or something? Seriously, though. Up next, we got the Brythonic mythology and Cornish mythology giants. Yeah, on the right, we got Og and Magog. They're really popular. I always get recommendations to do videos on them, but I can't really find a concise, clear story, like which story I should cover on Og and Magog. It's all a bunch of like mentions of them. Robert Page says Claymores seem practical. Have you ever played Call of Duty? Oh yeah, those Claymores are definitely practical. Yeah, you don't want to walk up on one of those, huh? Man, when I was a kid, one time I played Call of Duty for so many hours in a row that before I went to bed, I checked around the corner of my bedroom to see if there was a Claymore sitting there. I'm playing way too many video games. Oh, Metal Gear too. You like Metal Gear? Bro, I love Metal Gear. Martin Haley says, CDC website has a section in it for zombie preparedness, lol. Oh, gee, I wonder why, huh? Yeah. Shoot, man, I need a brochure on zombie preparedness every time I go outside this damn propaganda reality we live in. Don't even get me started, bro. Up next, we got the Fulmerians. You guys ever hear of the Formarians? It's supernatural and monstrous beings who come from under the sea or the earth. Later, they are portrayed as giants and sea raiders. They are enemies of Ireland's first settlers and opponents of the Tuatha De Danann, the other supernatural race in Irish mythology. So again, guys, we have warring factions of gods. Two warring factions of gods that interbreed with each other. Oh, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself here. However, their relationship with the Tuatha is complex. Some of their members intermarry and have children, just like the Greek pantheon and the Titans, guys. Just like the Aesir and the Vanir in Norse mythology. The Formarians have thus been linked to the Jotnar of Norse mythology and the elder gods of Greco-Roman mythology. Hey, Enlightened Mank in the house. What's up, brother? Thanks for being here, man. All right, 13 watching. New record for me. I appreciate that, guys. Make sure you hit that like button. I really appreciate it, everybody. Enlightened Mank says, yo, bro and crew. Giants was real. Hell yeah. Court of law, you'd be so guilty by now. Oh. It'd be over, man. The defense would rest. There are giants, motherfucker. Isabella Life 2.0 says the wrestling match was between a giant Gog and I believe in the man, but the man was large, but not necessarily a giant. There's like a race known as the giants, and then there's actually gigantic beings that are like 40 feet tall and stuff. But this race of giants also are like 10 feet tall, which is also tall for you. You get what I'm saying? So it's like the difference between huge and gigantic, I guess. I don't know. It gets confusing as heck, though, in the mythology stuff. Yeah, speaking of Claymores, guys, here we go. Now, this sword is attributed to Groot Pierre. But I read some convincing stuff that debated that. There's this article I read. It was by a thing called Museum Busters. I don't know how accurate it was, but it was saying that there's no way that this sword could actually be attributed to Groot Pierre. I didn't read much more about it, so I'm not going to say that's true, but take it with a grain of salt. It's debated whether this sword belonged to that person, but regardless, it's freaking enormous. I mean, for the love of God. And this is the stuff that's trippy about this stuff, guys. Like, we assume we know the origin of these things, and look at where this thing was found. It was found in Leeuwarden Town Hall. It was found in the town hall. That's where they discovered it. So the history of this thing is completely unknown. It was just in the town hall. They discovered it. First recorded in 1791. You get what I'm saying? It's not like they found this thing in some ruins or something. This thing was in fucking town hall. Like, so maybe it is Groot Pierre's sword. I don't know. What do you guys think? Check that out. Wow. All right, we got 13 in the house. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for being here. Up next, we got some giants from Gaelic mythology, Irish mythology, and Scottish mythology. Look at all these names, guys. Look at all these figures. It's getting overwhelming. Guys, in this presentation, I didn't even include the Greek section of mythology, and which is like the list of giants and giant beings in the Greek mythology section was enormous. It'd probably be bigger than this whole presentation put together. So that's why I didn't include that. But if you guys need more evidence, yeah, check that out. We got Caucasian Sasquatch in the house, and Lion and Mank. We got Ford Finette. And Lion and Mank says old world reality. I believe they were here, man. They were here. They were among us, and we fought with them a lot, and some of them were wicked, but it seems like some of them were our friends too, Stereotyping is one of the worst things that can happen regardless of your setting. So you got to remember that, interesting stuff, man. Check that out, huh? You see artwork like this all over Old World too, with these giant people and the giant suits of armor and the, what are they? They're like tending someone's wounds or something, huh? Or putting, it looks like a funeral maybe. Interesting. And the Old World is so amazing. Oh my God, just teleport me back there, man. Oh my gosh. So tired of this 9 to 5 nonsense. Now, that's an interesting story, guys. I don't know if you ever heard of the Grand Canyon explorations. Now, there's a lot of info on this thing. I'll just tell you straight up front. There's a lot of information saying that this is a hoax, but it was published in the Arizona Gazette, Phoenix, I believe. in the early 1900s. The story goes that there were some explorations in the Grand Canyon by the Smithsonian, and the Smithsonian found giants inside the Grand Canyon, and they had red hair, and they were mummified, saying some kind of Egyptian connection to the Grand Canyons. But if you're in this chat, you probably know that it's all one. It was all one in the past. But yeah, Egyptian connection in the Grand Canyon, and I read the conflicting data, guys.
Where's my crayon?
Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, the official Yeah, the Smithsonian supposedly came in, explored the Grand Canyon, and they led an expedition there, and they excavated some zombies from there. Zombies. I'm sorry, guys. Some mummies from there. Zombies would have been interesting, though. Caucasian Sasquatch says, "You need a co-host." Hell yeah, I do. I mean, shit. Eventually, the kids will grow up, and maybe they can be my co-host. But yeah, there's a lot of fact checker stuff on this, guys. But I read the conflicting data. I don't just read data that supports my beliefs or ideas or whatever. I read the conflicting data because I'm seeking the truth and nothing but, right. So I read the conflicting data, and the fact checker's argument on this is literally no. The Smithsonian didn't go here. Nuh-uh. Like the end. So that's their argument, compelling as it may be. I think it's interesting. Why would they choose to publish this article and all this information? These sketches you can see above me are also included with the article. So they felt confident, based on whatever they're going off of, to write the article about it, to do the sketches of what was seen, and then to publish it. I don't know. What do you guys think? Either they went temporarily insane over there, or for whatever reason, or Or this is consistent with mythology and lore, or whatever, legend, whatever you all call it, and there was some freaking mummified giants in the Grand Canyon. Also, coincidentally, you're not allowed to go in there. Don't go in there. It's a felony. Moving on. That's the last nail in that coffin. I'm done with shit. I got some more Bible quotes for you guys. Thanks for being here. How's everyone today? Let's talk about the Book of Giants a little bit, huh? You guys like Enoch? Book of Enoch's probably one of my favorites. I wish it was in the Bible. Martin Haley says, that's why I bought a man cave. Hey, that's a good idea, man. It's all good, bro. You know, my eldest son, Leo, he's in school right now. He's 7. And my 1-year-old is taking a nap right now. So it's just the 2-year-old awake right now. So it's pretty much as quiet as it gets around here, unless I start streaming at midnight. So here we are, everybody. Man cave, definitely a good idea, though. The Enlightened Mank says, Grand Canyon, a grand discover of the ancient world. Yeah, right. Man, I'm sorry. Now that I've seen it as a melted building, when I look at the Grand Canyon, all I can see is a big melted building. I mean, it looks like nothing but a structure to me, but I don't know if... I'm not going to tell you guys that's what it is 100%, obviously, but yeah, every time I look at the darn thing, all I can see is melted buildings. And, you know, honestly, the West Coast, the West part of the United States is not really a good example for like showing people pockets of survival as far as like trying to show things like mud flood or like or that mountains are melted buildings. Like, because there's some parts of the world where the pockets of survival are so good you could just straight up tell it was just a building that got melted, you know. But in the West Coast of the United States, it's the damage or whatever you want to call it is so severe that it's so melted that it's hard to tell that it's a building. You get what I'm saying? I think that's why they get away with the narrative so much. Yeah, so then I was thinking about it, I was like, well, if that's true, would that make mining like looting? Like mining stuff is looting? What the hell? When did that happen? Oh, that explains a lot, doesn't it, though? Yeah, mining is looting of old world architecture with valuable resources on it. Yeah, that's how I would summarize it. What do you guys think? I'm going to read from the Book of Giants right now. This is Enoch. Certain angelic beings called watchmen. So these are the fallen ones, guys. They descended to the earth and produced the Nephilim. The Nephilim are the kids, the hybrid offspring of humans and the watchmen through human women. These offspring were giants who behaved monstrously, killing many humans. In the story, the giants have disturbing dreams that warn of the coming flood and their own demise. And one of them, a giant named Mahaway, seeks the counsel of Enoch. Enoch warns the giants and a watcher named Semihaza to repent. Pretty sure Semihaza is Semjaza, so their pronunciation for that. Semjaza. I'm pretty sure he's the leader of the fallen ones. Because the archangel Raphael has taken notice of their misdeeds and their destruction is imminent. In the end, the giants, the Nephilim, and a multitude of demons meet a violent fate. The Lord wipes them out, basically. The Watchers are either killed or bound by 4 angels in a dark prison. So how interesting, guys. In the Book of Giants, it goes on and describes that the Watchers, they're still here on Earth. They're bound within the Earth until the Day of Judgment. So they're here. They're here somewhere down there with us, you know. Is that why underground is so off limits to everyone? What do you guys think? They got some chained up Nephilim underground. You guys think that's possible? We got demons captured by the government kind of thing. Would we even be able to capture them or approach them?
Yeah.
How could you approach them? I'll bet they could kill you telepathically with mind bullets. Isabella Alive 2.0 says the Israelites could not get rid of the Canaanites in the valley who had chariots and iron armor. The giants were only driven out of the mountains of the Canaanite tribe, the Rephaim, and in the south. Oh, okay. So they couldn't be taken over other places, just in the south, huh? Okay. So they lived on in that story. Right. They survived, huh? The Enlightened Mank says, that is why the game Tomb Raider exists. Haha. Exactly. Yes, Tomb Raider. Yes, thank you, man. Yes, thank you, Enlightened Mank. Enlightened Mank is really good with the video game connections. I swear, this guy needs his own channel or something. Yeah, Tomb Raider is a trip too. There's dinosaurs in the tombs, all kinds of shit. I remember playing the first Tomb Raider on PS1 and being like, "There's dinosaurs in here." It scared the crap out of me. I was a little kid. The controls are so clunky and hard to get used to. It made the dinosaurs extra scary too. I think there's a T-Rex or something. I haven't played any of the newer Tomb Raiders. I'm 32. Martin Haley says, "It's cool, mate. Mine are up now, 20 and 14 years old." Oh, that's cool. You got grown kids. That's good, man. You did your time, Martin Haley. You did your time. Enjoy a little bit of freedom, man. I know you earned it. It's hard having children. It's one of those things like, when are you ready, right? Like, I don't know. When are you ready to jump off a cliff, right? Now? 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 No? Now? No? Robert Page says, are the Watchers and the Overseers the same? Yeah, I think that's right. I'm not sure, though, but I'm not sure, man. Robert Page says, anything is possible, in my honest opinion. Nothing is off the table anymore. Truth is stranger than fiction. Yeah, I agree with that. I think a lot of people glance past my channel because they're like, oh, mythology, folklore. Okay, so, just some old stories, some fiction. No, man. I present this stuff as nonfiction. This stuff's true. That's what I believe. I give our ancestors the benefit of the doubt. I don't believe they were stupid rolling around in the mud, like in Monty Python or whatever. Yeah, Book of Giants. I wonder they kept this stuff out of the Bible, huh, guys? This puts everything together. I'm going to have to end the stream in a few minutes, guys. I'm going to have to go get my son from school, but I really appreciate all you for being here, really. This is my longest stream yet, and okay, enormous support from all of you. I really appreciate it. It's so nice to have somebody to actually talk to. It's really hard to do this with nobody to talk to in the crowd. I sit here trying to think tank with myself. It gets weird, Do Namri 222. A people great and many and tall as the Anakims, but the Lord destroyed them before them, and they succeeded them, and dwelt in their stead. 211. Which also were accounted giants, as the Anakims, but the Moabites call them Emims. Samuel 21:18. And it came to pass after this that there was again a battle with the Philistines at Gob. Then Sibbachai, the Hushathite, slew Saph, which was the sons of the giant. So there you have it, folks. Back in biblical times, there's survivors of this lineage. Walking around, Goliath, you got Saph, all of the Anakims. What do you guys think? Isabella Live 2.0 says, yes, you're getting it. That I appreciate you, man. Thanks. That's why when they're working with them in this station down deep, they can't go past a certain line drawn on the ground. I've heard that of that before too, Isabella. I'm glad you reminded me of that. Yeah, there's a story. I don't know much about it. That apparently there's like this prison or whatever you want to call it underground, somewhere deep under the ground. Some government has control of it. I don't know much. Check out this story, guys. I don't know. Apparently there's Nephilim down there or demons down there, and it's a prison in the sense that we guard the outside of it. But that line that Isabel is talking about that they don't pass is allegedly because if you pass that line in the prison, you get killed by the demons. Telepathic abilities are able to manipulate you into killing yourself or to trying to hurt yourself or hurt someone else or So it's a prison in the sense that we watch the outside and keep them, make sure they stay in it, but we're not really containing them. And it seems so that their power is still active. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really cool story, Isabel. I heard that one. Do you know where it's supposed to take place? I want to say the Strait of Hamas, just off the top of my head, but I can't remember exactly. That's a bitchin' story, though. How could you approach one of those imprisoned Nephilim demons? You couldn't approach it with any deceit or anything in mind because it would read that, and probably take you out. You'd have to be sincere, right? What kind of person can you approach them? Send freaking Karl Rove down there. They'll let him through. There's 9 watching. I really don't want to leave right now, guys. I gotta go get my boy from school. Shari Live says, I am going to invent a dart bra, and if I see them, I will shoot them with my boobies. Oh, okay. Well. Machine Gun Jumblies. Oh, behave. Martin Haley says, booby trap, Shari. Yeah, booby trap. Perfect. Oh, I should have said that. Martin Haley says, I sure have, pal. Oh, he's talking about he did his time with the kids. Yeah, big time. It's very true. Martin Haley says, you're doing great, kid. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I love my kids when I'm on this earth, and I just do my best to take care of them, I want them to be knowledgeable when they get older, too. I don't want them to be like most people these days. What? You ever try asking someone these days what they do for fun? Like, huh? What do you mean, what do I do for fun? I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know how bad I want to party with you, man. You don't even know what you do for fun. Like, how interesting can you be? You're as deep as a styrofoam cup. People drive me crazy these days. I'm glad I got you guys to chat with, that's for sure. Robert Page says, glad I stopped by. Great show. Subbed and belled. I'll be on the lookout for more live streams. Hell yeah. Thanks, Robert Page. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, share me where you can, brother, because I'm so bad at networking. Anybody who's listening to this that likes my content, please share me out there. Spread the word. I feel like I have a crowd out there. It's just they haven't found me yet. I'm glad you guys are here, though. It's been really weird doing it by myself. Thank you so much for watching. 4fan47 says, have a great day, host. Hey, you too. Yeah. Thank you, everybody, for watching. God bless. Have a good day, okay?